How are you doing? Please give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. Just one.
Well, hello, everyone. Since Julie will be back in a few minutes, well, let me say hello. Oh, dear. What a wonderful day it is. Monday, March 27th, 2023. And here we are.
So
Hope
sorry,
everyone's doing
Michael.
well. Yeah, no problem.
Hi, everyone. Suddenly, when I get back, I haven't coughed today, okay? When we started chatting, I still like, oh, I need to clear myself. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Michael and I are coming to you again on Monday, March 27th, 2023. And we are excited to start our conversation. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Orange County, California. And my lovely friend, Michael William Ames. Michael, if you could please introduce yourself and say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone again. It is so great to be here, spending time with Julie. As usual, always a blessing. Thank you so much for having me, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. I love having conversation with you. And you know, a few months ago, we decided to take our conversation on and share that with everyone. So today, we are excited to talk about the ecosystem, right? We're going to start it with kind of in our own general term and say, what is an ecosystem? You know, our Susie McCray always call it the oasis, right? But you know, an ecosystem, to me, Michael, it's a very big term because you can talk about you know, an ecosystem as in you know, in farming, for example, or, you know, we're talking about human ecosystem, business ecosystem. It's really a general term, but to me, an ecosystem that we want to talk about today is we are living in an ecosystem right now. It is a community. It could be a few individuals together, or it could be different groups of individual. It's really, to me, it's a complex network where we're talking about, you know, the environment we're living in, or we could also talking about the interconnected system where there's an interactions and then there's transactions between, you know, different people with different components. What's your thought on this definition of ecosystem, Michael?
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it, Julie. So well done on that. Absolutely. When we talk about ecosystem, we talk about networks. You know, it could be looking from a business standpoint, you know, the process of getting your products to the end user, you know, who's all involved in that, whether it's governments involved, whether it's other companies, contractors, etc. You know, that's what an ecosystem is. Think of it as a network. Think of it as, it could be your social network, right? That in itself could be an ecosystem, right? We also know about the environment, right? So that's also an ecosystem, you know. So yeah, it's just basically a collection of people, places, anything to do with moving from one place to the other, but in a closed, usually in a closed loop, okay? So we'll spend some time talking about on passive specific ecosystem, and trust that everyone will get some value from that.
Absolutely. I love talking about ecosystem because we are currently experiencing one right now. All of us, you know, are living in an ecosystem. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be, you know, people in that ecosystem are contributing values. Some are very good values that we can learn from, and also some, you know, not so good values. And then also different influences, you know, from different group of I guess people or different group of organizations. People are within an ecosystem usually are contributing back and forth, right? Also, they use what within the ecosystem to maximize and to basically to to receiving collective benefits together. And it's very important that when we are orchestrating an ecosystem, we got to looking at the people that involve. And unfortunately, nowadays, the ecosystem that we are experiencing now, it's not so good of an environment. Do you agree with me on that, Michael?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just too much chaos, too much corruption, just a lot of bad things has been happening, especially in recent times. So yeah, unfortunately, the economy, is falling apart. So yeah, our collective ecosystem is not doing great right now. So we certainly need some sort of infusion, of a better ecosystem, let's say, because even the internet itself is an ecosystem, right? So, if we can get a good infusion coming in that can set things right, put things back on the right path, how things were intended from the beginning, that would be a welcome sight for so many people around the world.
Yeah, Michael, I know that you have been developing businesses, and definitely you're creating an ecosystem. We call it a business ecosystem. So what does a business ecosystem look like? To my thinking, it's all about the transactions, the exchange, not necessarily monetary, but also exchange of value. So what is a business ecosystem look like in your mind?
Yeah, well, again, when we talk from a business standpoint, we talk about products or services, right? So it's really, what's all involved to get that product or service out there in the marketplace. So you're going to have competition, you're going to have people that will cooperate within that ecosystem. Right, but from a sales standpoint, you're also looking at, okay, what are you doing to accomplish that sale? Are you creating websites to disseminate information? Are you using videos? Are you using social media? What is the content that's involved in that ecosystem, and who are the players? Right. So how will you get that product sold to whomever your potential market is? It's all that goes into it. Right. And then each company will develop their own method and means of getting it out there. But that's part of what an ecosystem would be from a business standpoint.
Absolutely. And Michael, you and I and so many people actually get a chance to experience a little bit about the on-passive ecosystem. And there are so many things that happen within that on-passive ecosystem. And thank you so much, everyone, for currently subscribing and joining into our conversations here on YouTube and Facebook. But there are also an official on-passive YouTube channel that you might want to take a look after our conversations, of course, and look into the introductions of a lot of the products that coming into our own on-passive ecosystem. But I wanted to read to everyone what is an on-passive ecosystem, and this is a transcript, a words coming from one of the on-passive ecosystem video, and I wanted to read it out for everyone. On-passive ecosystem is a comprehensive AI, artificial intelligence, power technology platform that offers a range of cutting-edge products and solutions. It is designed to enhance the experience of businesses and individuals alike. When we are in our own ecosystem, definitely we will enjoy it. And I bet so many of us will be so addictive to that ecosystem because there are so many things that is offering in that ecosystem. Your thought and your experience on getting some of the experience that we have so far in our on-passive ecosystem, Michael?
Yeah, well, it's been great. It's been wonderful, even just going back to the very beginning where we started and to see everything develop. So we've been able to see it all from the inside, looking in, whereby we've been able to participate in that, right? We've been part of the process, part of the testing, part of being able to play with the various parts, various components within the ecosystem, the products them specifically. So that's what we want, right? We want to be involved in it. We want to make sure that what we're bringing out to the public is something that's going to be of value, that they're going to love the experience, and to have everything under one umbrella, right? That's another selling feature of OnPassive ecosystem, is that people don't have to go externally, to get what they'll need to function in their day-to-day activities in their business. So everything can be all under one roof, one single sign-on. So yeah, the OnPassive ecosystem is great, Julie. It's people are gonna really love it when they start to participate, when they start to get a hold of it, for sure.
Absolutely true. And also OnPassive ecosystem is something that business owners, doesn't matter how big of the size is, small, medium, large business enterprises can participate. Not to mention, we also wanted to mention the fact that OnPassive ecosystem is a centralized platform that offers comprehensive suites of digital solutions that designed to really drive and growth and streamline the operations of business, the business that offering to the world. It also empower business to reach a new level of success, right? Some of the business right now, currently in this market, are so much in need of different tools, new updated tools and services to bring their business to another level. But I haven't seen anything that's mind-bending offering out there in the market to help these business owners to literally transform their business and their business operations. And I believe OnPassive digital solutions is where we are offering to the business owners. Like I said, it doesn't matter to small size, medium, and large size, be able to use OnPassive ecosystem. This is very exciting, Michael.
Indeed, Julie, right? It's when we think about it, being involved in business for a number of years and to work with various companies, especially to get different products and tools that you need to function. It's a mess out there, and it's quite costly, right? So even just to be able to save companies money, that's a huge benefit, right? But then when you add in the latest technology, everything that we have in our ecosystem is infused with AI, with artificial intelligence. So that just takes it to another level, right? As far as what's being provided to the end users. So yeah, companies will be able to utilize OnPassive's products, OnPassive ecosystem, to further grow and develop their own business, right? So it's going to be a synergistic relationship as opposed to one that's competitive, right? OnPassive will not compete with these businesses, but be able to help them enhance their very own business. So again, look forward to all that, Julie.
Yes, Michael, I am so looking forward to like literally really exciting, counting down the days that we get to experience a complete OnPassive ecosystem. Now, we kind of stay in touch with what is going on right now in our economy, in the United States, and you're in Canada, and also in the economy of the world as a whole. In our opinions, Michael, and I know a lot of things that we say here are facts, also the opinions, our opinions, that do we feel that OnPassive will solve the current issues that we're facing in the world today? Michael, your opinion on that?
Well, it certainly will have an impact on it, right? There's no doubt about it. I mean, anytime we say, solve, I mean, that's a big, that's a big one. It's a big order, right? But, certainly going to have an impact on it for sure. When we look at, what's going on, especially all these banks collapsing, it's something that started back in 2008, I believe, and still continuing to this day. It's terrible, right? So people are going to need solutions, though, as far as making their transactions, right? So can OnPassive provide some sort of mechanism or a tool or a product or even a service that can help facilitate the transactions or the exchange of money, right? These are things that we're looking forward to in the near future. I believe OnPassive will be able to do that, but it'll be interesting to see exactly how it all plays out, because a solution is needed. There's no doubt about that. Too much is going on around us, and a lot of it, again, is because of corruption. If these banks, if these institutions were really sincere and wanted to help people as opposed to being just transactional, it'll be a different outcome. They're not impacting lives in a positive way, Julie. They're not actually helping their clients, their customers. And so a big part of what OnPassive is doing is to be able to change lives, right? Is to be able to actually help their customers. So many people around the world are in need, and yet these institutions who can, they're not helping. They basically help people who don't need the help. Like, how does that make sense, right? You go to a bank and you need to get certain service from them, and they'll tell, well, you don't qualify. But the reason why I'm here is because I need help. Well, yeah, I don't qualify for the help. So I think OnPassive, the various products and tools that we're going to be coming out with, is going to have a big impact in helping the situation that we find ourselves in today globally.
Absolutely. And yes, I think impact is more of a better word than, solving. Because I think solving something is a big task, and it doesn't happen immediately. It doesn't happen. It has to have the engagement of all the people around it, right? The people with common values, with the benefit of, lifting up other people instead of self-interest or self-serving. And I think the role that OnPassive is taking right now is huge because of its, we've said it, interconnected with the best of the best. And I would say the people that has the power. When I talk about power, not necessarily mean the authority, but the power of having certain ability to do certain things. So OnPassive is doing that by taking that massive action, make that massive impact. And yes, it does take time for everyone to stay engaged into certain visions or, in an ecosystem in order to make that big of the impact. So I believe now let's go into, let's list some of the benefits of being in an ecosystem, Michael, that we know that we share common values. And believe it or not, if all of us get together in that same visions or that similar values, I believe that we can make a bigger impact.
Yes, well, again, right now we have 1.4, account holders within the OnPassive ecosystem, right? We are part of that. We as founders, we as brand ambassadors are a part of that ecosystem, right? And so we know that we have individuals that are there, they're like-minded, right? And so therefore they have common interests, common needs, common goals, right? So all that's going to play a role, right, in the various products that we have, having a marketplace whereby people can, display whatever wares, whatever offers that they may have, whatever businesses, etc. And then people can pick and choose what resonates with them, right? So that's part of it, being able to have access to all of your contacts in one place. Again, that's all part of the ecosystem. We talked about the products then, so having free products, paid products, having everything that when customers come in, it's all in a centralized place, and so we as brand ambassadors get to spread that word, by sharing it on social media, sharing it with people we know, etc., to continue to grow that ecosystem. Talk about safety, Julie, being able to be in a social media platform like ONET, right, whereby, it's permission-based. you're only working with people, that you want to work with, right? It's not, you're not getting spammed by all sorts of people trying to drag you here, there, and everywhere. So all that is going to help. So you want to be in a secure environment, family-friendly environment, all of that, even down to your emails, right? So looking at old mail, being able to be in a situation whereby that's also permission-based. It's not just random people sending you emails every day, and you have no idea who these people are and what they're about, and is it safe to do business with them, etc. Right? So all of that, it is going to be put together for us in our ecosystem. And as I said, the main thing is that when people come, they're going to love it. And if they love it, Julie, they're not going anywhere, right? They're going to be here to stay with us. And that's an awesome thing.
Absolutely. And on passive ecosystem is the best place to be, because on passive focus is on its users, right? No one controlling the users that within the on passive ecosystem. It is a safe, like you said, safe and secure the environment. And on passive is focusing on delivering the values to its user, but not focusing on the bottom line. And so many ecosystem nowadays that really focusing on the bottom line. So I've said this before, on passive is literally going reverse of what we are experiencing on a lot of things, on the marketing, on their focus also. So it's really a place where everyone wants to be part of it. Everyone wants to stay in that harmony, a place where it is safe, secure. Everybody knows that the next person that they connect with, it's a real human being.
Absolutely. And even from a monetary standpoint, Julie, again, people get into business to make money, so, wouldn't it be great to be making money with people you know and trust, right? People you like, right? So that all of you are going in the same direction, right? So all that's going to happen for us within the ecosystem, right? And so when people come, right, and they get to experience and try out the various products and services that are there, again, the company wants to give them the best possible experience. And so if you're getting the best possible experience, what are you going to do, right? As I said before, you're going to stay. You're not going anywhere, right? And that's how you build your business, right? Build it with value. Give people what it is that they're looking for, right? Give them more than what they actually deserve, right? And you're going to make it economical, friendly for them, right? It's going to be cost effective, and so that's the good thing about it. And you're not just buying something and downloading it, and then you have access to it, and after a while you don't want it, don't use it, etc. But you paid for it though, right? So at least this way with passive model, you're basically paying for it as you need it. You don't need it no more. You don't need to pay for it no more, right? So it's a different model, right? And that's what the SaaS is all about, right? Software as a service, which is based upon subscription model, as opposed to, like I said, you download an app and just load it on your device and away you go. And then you find a couple months later, you're not using the app. I'm sure people have so many apps on their phone that they're not using, right? So it's a different model, right? And I think people are going to appreciate that, especially businesses, right? They'll come to appreciate not paying for something that you're not even.
Absolutely. And Michael, we're talking about the ecosystem, and I'm sitting here thinking, we always want to talk about how safety of our information, certain people we can share to. I mean, let's take a look at the healthcare industry, the banking industry, the trading and exchange industry. You have to have certain secure system in order for you to do your business. And within an ecosystem, on passive has its own data center. It has its own, let's talk a little bit about the OKYC. Yeah. It's a self-contained, it's protecting our information in that one place. You don't have to have another, a third place or the contract, because you never know what's happened on the internet. And I just love the fact that on passive, it's a place and it is the future of internet. And there's no other place I'd rather be.
That's so funny, Julie. That's another, is, again, when you think about it though, in business, we're always searching and searching and searching, right? But when you find what you've been searching for, then there's no need to continue to search, right? And that's exactly what we found with On Passive. And so with the KYC, knowing that it's in-house, right? So you're not sending your data, your information to a third party that you don't know, you may not like, you may not trust, etc. It makes it that much more easier. On Passive will never sell our data, and we know that there are companies out there, that's how they make their money. Companies, they harness people's information and in turn sell that database, right? It's a massive, I would say, billions upon billions of dollars that people generate from doing just that. And here people can know that when they come in, their information is safe with the company, because that's not how we make our money, right? We make our money by selling real products, right? Real products, okay? And so there's nothing attached to it. Here's a product, you either want it or you don't, right? And if they want the product, they pay for the product. And when they pay for the product, we make money. It's as simple and clean as that, right? Simple and clean as that.
Yeah, if you find a company that does all of that, I mean, all you got to do is stay in touch with it, stay close to it. And guys, if you're currently watching this, truly, we appreciate that you coming in here, listening to our conversation. There's so much information that you can learn. And if you're a brand ambassador, truly, congratulations, you're in the right place, you're in the right time. The engagement of what we are doing every single day, it's basically for our own benefit, because there are so many things that we can learn on Passive blog page. Oh my God, they're talking about nanotechnology. They're talking about a robot. They're talking, gosh, there are some amazing articles that come out recently on Passive blog, and truly it's really blown my mind. And we are in an ecosystem right now. However, does that make us successful the way that we want it to do? When I put videos together, I gotta go to 3 different apps, in order for me to be able to do one video, right? Now, everything is in one place, and it is in On Passive. And I'm so excited that we are stepping into a new era, and it is called On Passive, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it says, your next stop is On Passive. And On Passive is going to be a stop for many, many people around the world. Hundreds of millions of people will come simply because it's what they need. Right? On Passive is for everyone everywhere, right? It's not just for a few individuals, right? This will be something, that every single person on this planet, there'll be something in On Passive for them, like every single person, right? So the 8 billion people that's on this planet right now, there will be something in On Passive for them, right? And so how can we not succeed? If you have something that everyone, that's like saying, Julie, we're selling oxygen, right? Okay, if we don't, everybody needs oxygen to live, right? So it's something that you need. So therefore, how can you not make money if you could actually sell oxygen, maybe? You know what I mean? So that's what we're talking about, having a company that's looking out for every single person's best interest, and putting together something whereby people can actually have a good experience. People can actually enjoy what it is that they're doing. We talked about, On Passive as a career in the past, Julie. All these things. So there's so many different benefits. So people just have to find where they fit in within the ecosystem. What is it that attracted them to the ecosystem? But something will, right? Something will, and that's good news for all of us as brand ambassadors. That's good news for all of those who will become resellers in the future. right? And certainly good news for the customers then, because again, it's going to be their best experience, no matter where they go, no matter what other company they look at, they're going to come right back to OnPassive because this is where their next stop.
Absolutely. And it's beautiful, right? It's so beautiful to the point where we're looking forward to experience the products that OnPassive is going to give to the world. And brand ambassadors, congratulations. We made a decision to be here in this place called OnPassive. And it's something that will help us to build our legacy. How many company that would say, if you are in it, you're going to win it,
Well, so many people, Julie, is going to benefit from OConnect.
Yeah.
So many people are going to benefit from OBless.
Yes.
So many people are going to benefit from OTracker.
Yeah.
Right? The list goes on and on of what people are going to benefit from. The KYC, that's a standalone product that can be sold outside of OnPassive. You understand? So there's so much that is there that people will find something, at least one thing. And I'm confident it's going to be more than one, but at least one thing that they're going to find that's beneficial to them. So they will find a home within OnPassive, no doubt about that.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great home. We're going to be so excited. We're going to be so enjoying to be in the home. And what are we looking for when we are in something that's benefit everyone, right? Everyone sharing the same common sense and same values, same benefits. I mean, we can sit here and talk about it every day, but stay in touch, stay engaged. You definitely could visit our website to become a customer. However, if you like to become a reseller, you might want to get to one of us, because in order for us to become a reseller, we do have to own the product. We have to understand, we have to know the product, right? And the best part of it, Michael, to me, is knowing the product is one thing, but the products that is so beautiful, so interested for all of us to want to know whether or not we like it or not. Once we experience it, we will love it. And it is a place to be.
Absolutely. We will continue to expand our reach. There's no doubt, in the marketplace. We're in over 200 countries as it is.
Yeah.
But we'll continue to reach, because even within there, there's still subset or subgroups, right? So the company wants to reach every single person on this planet. And we are, changing the landscape when it comes to marketing, right? We've talked about marketing, which is part of the ecosystem, right? We're changing the way things are done. All that people have been able to see, from Burj Khalifa to the World Cup, everything that they're seeing, a sold out concert the other day, 15,000 plus, like everything that this company is doing, right, is different, is different. And this is why so many people are excited, Julie, right? Because it's not the same old. It's like, oh yeah, I've seen that before, done that before. Yeah. It's actually different. It really is, and that's refreshing, right? That is refreshing. So as I said, people they just be excited. They're gonna come in and like, oh my gosh, like when we saw the reaction of those that were able to see on the inside of OConnect, for example, right? And that video is out there, right? But just think of people's reaction. How many more millions of people will have similar reaction once they get involved and come into OnPassive's ecosystem? It's going to be amazing, right? The stories we're going to hear, Julie, is just going to be amazing. They're going to be stories upon stories upon stories for days, months, even years to come, of people just talking about how this incredible company actually came from a different point of view, actually coming from a point of view whereby, no. You can put away your wallet. It's not about your wallet. Okay. Let us prove to you, right, that we're actually giving you value. Okay. And if once you perceive that value, okay, then you can take out your wallet. Okay. Because OnPassive not doing this for free, right? But at the same token, though, if I get great service, Julie, right, I will pay for it. And I'll pay for it over and over again because I appreciate that. right? When I get a good product, right, I appreciate that product, right? So I don't mind spending money for it, but I don't like spending money for something, Julie, that's like, seriously, that's what I paid my money for, right? I want a refund, right?
Yep.
So, that's what OnPassive is. OnPassive is proven to everyone worldwide that it's the real deal. That's why we say it's a done deal, because it really is, right? It really is. The future of the internet, Julie.
Absolutely. And for a lot of people who might not understand OnPassive, I think it's really truly started with your mind and heart connections, because everything OnPassive is doing is for the benefits of humanity. And just stay open-minded, connecting the dots. Like literally looking at an ecosystem, there's back and forth, there's interactions, right? Within OnPassive ecosystem, for example, in ONET, you could create your own little ecosystem, your own club, your own community, right? And then within your OConnect, OConnect is one of the paid product, you can literally inviting your ecosystem, our ecosystem that we're experiencing today in the world. We invite friends getting together with OConnect, and that's when people have the experience of using OConnect, and that makes them want to be part of the ecosystem of OnPassive. So it's about sharing. It's about sharing. If you care for someone, if you love someone, you just share it because it's beneficial for them when they use it. Trim, building our own brand. How many companies that out there are actually helping you to build your own brand? And a simple way to do it is it's also Trim is another awesome product. And you said that before, Michael, one product would make a successful career. We could have a successful career based on one product. However, why not use more when we have more that made for us?
Yeah, just think, instead of paying $300 a month for a product, you're able to get it for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And that free product is giving you more value than that paid product for $300 a month. But like something as simple as that, Julie. That's what I'm saying. People will find something. There's going to be something there within our ecosystem for everyone, everywhere. There will be something. Right? It's not if, it's not and. There will be something that people will gravitate towards within our ecosystem. Right? So it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? That's what's going to happen with our ecosystem, Julie.
We love this conversation, and we wanted to thank you for joining in here with us, but we'll have another one next week, and we're looking forward to the rumblings that's coming our way, and obviously many of us already feel it, and I feel it like literally every single day waking up, and we know something's coming that's going to change our life tremendously. Agree?
Oh, 100%, 100% in agreement with that, because that's what it takes, right? That's what it takes. You have to have something special. If you want to create wealth, you have to have something that's special. Okay, if it isn't special, it's not going to go anywhere. Right? Right. It's not gonna go viral. No one's going to really be involved. Yeah, you may get a few people, sure. But that's about it, though. That's not a movement. When you have something that is a movement, Julie, okay, you're talking about a massive, massive impact of people's lives around the globe, not just, a few people, right? And for us to be starting out with 1.4 million, as that expand from 1.4 to 14 million, to 140 million, to 1.4 billion, and so on, it's going to happen. There's no doubt about that. Simply because of how this company is going about doing this business, right? You have to look at the model, right? And as I said, for those who are in the ecosystem right now, right? If you take a close look at everything that is there, and when you start to understand sales and marketing, how that works, and see what the company is doing, all the branding campaigns, when you look at everything that this company is doing and doing it in such a different way and at a high level, it's hard for you not to see how one will succeed, how one would not succeed in OnPassive, because it's just not a thing. Okay, it's just not a thing. Failure is not an option. That is such a true statement when it comes to unpassive.
Absolutely. And we are in it to win it, and we are win it together. We are in it to build our legacy together. And that's awesome. It is a journey that we're enjoying so much, and it is all about the journey, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I would not trade the journey, Julie. I just wouldn't, right? Because you get to appreciate it even more.
oh, absolutely. Yeah,
You have to. It's like somebody winning the lottery. The reason, one of the reasons why, it's not the only reason, but one of the reasons why they lose it in such a short period of time, because they don't appreciate it. It just came, huh? You know, I paid a ticket and whoo, oh, hey, I won, okay, right? But when you enjoy that journey, you learn so much on that journey, right? Your mind start to grow, start to expand, to think better, not just bigger, but also better, right? We all have the ability to think, right? But why is it that we don't have the same outcome, right? So part of that journey, part of that process is help stimulating our thoughts, helping us to become even better human beings on this planet. So it's nothing but positivity from day one, you know, as far as the mindset is concerned, you know. So we're accomplishing all of that, Julie. We're actually, you know, helping people to be the best version of themselves throughout this process, so that when the wealth now comes, right, they will know how to act accordingly, right? It's not just, well, let me go buy 10 cars and 10 homes, and it isn't about that, right? There's lots of people around the world that needs help. And so this is a much easier way to get the help to those individuals by having, you know, not just one or two people that are in a position to help, but to have so many, right? That's what's going to happen. It's much easier for 1 million people to help others than it is for 1 or 2 individuals to try and help the same amount of people, right? That's what Unpassive is all about: spreading the wealth, spreading the love, right? Our ecosystem is just that, right? And it's massive.
yeah.
Right.
Michael, I want to bring up a point really quick, because we were on a Golden Talk show last week, and we were talking about love and unity. You know, I did bring up a point saying that a lot of us going around say, oh, I love Unpassive, I love Unpassive. What does love on passive mean to us? Does that mean that we love it because of the success that it's going to help us to create that success? Or is it really love it because it gives us the ability to do things, right? And I think this is something that we really truly asking ourselves, what does that mean when I say I love, right? Or let's just say I love you, Michael. What does that mean by loving Michael? Does it mean it's just a feelings of it, or is it something where we can have that love or that convictions to take the actions on showing the love of loving it? And then you also brought a point of that I love it. Are you growing in Unpassive, or Unpassive grow in you? I like you to emphasize those 2 points, because it was really I loved it when we talked about
that really was just an extension of our conversation that we've had, Julie.
Oh,
you know, and so, you know, that's, you know, taking our conversation from here to the Golden Talk show, really, right? When you think about it. And so certainly, you know, the whole idea of I love Unpassive, I think initially for a lot of folks, it's simply because I love Unpassive because what Unpassive is going to do for me, right? So it's self-motivated, right? Self-driven. So whereas, you know, what we're looking for, right, is I love Unpassive because now Unpassive is going to give me that ability to help so many people who actually are in need. Not everyone can get involved in Unpassive as a founding member, simply because as a founder, it's not for everybody. It's not, we don't want the entire world to be founders. The company wasn't looking for that, right? You know, but for those who saw the vision, you know, those who understand the mission, and wanted to lock arms, well, here we are as founders, right? But we really love the idea that we now will have the resource, right, to be able to touch lives, to be able to uplift humanity, as we always say. That's the love that we're talking about. And it's more so the actions, the activity that we'll be able to do, that people will see that love in us, right? It's not just lip service. Oh, I love, I love, I love, I love. But it's the action, right? It's the works, right? It's the activity that people will see. And that's all one, truly knows. And then as far as an on passive being in you, or you being an on passive, yeah, we're all in on passive, right? But on passive is not in all of us, right? But all of us are in on passive. If you're a founding member, if you're a brand ambassador, you are in on passive, okay? But is on passive really in you? All the core values of on passive, what on passive stands for, is all of that inside you, right? Are you so convicted and convinced of what this company is about, that you're steadfast, like you're not, drifting to the left, drifting to the right, you know what I mean? You're so steadfast in what you have. It's a huge difference, right? It's a huge difference, and that's when you see some of the founders, then some of the brand ambassadors, then walking around, and they're so convinced about what On Passive will do for the world, is because On Passive is actually inside them, and so more and more people, as time has gone by, as we continue the journey, we've seen more and more founders where that has now become the case, right? Where On Passive has actually gotten into them now, and they can stand up and be proud, and when we open that door, Julie, and we start to sell our products to the public, you're going to see even more people going to be so proud. They're not going to be, well, yeah, I'm kind of in on passive. They're going to let the world know that they're in on passive, because they're going to be so proud of their company. When we see what the company has done for, was it Turkey and Syria the other day? Again, there's just so many things, the different Oblast campaigns that have happened in the past, where the companies reached out and helped organizations and individuals, leading with that heart, Julie, leading with love. You just can't go wrong when you do that. And that's what On Passive is all about.
Absolutely. Wow, nice discussion today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us and listening in, and continue to stay engaged. We know what's going to happen. We are on the 27th day of March now. It doesn't matter what days or what years or what month this fall on, but just know that we are in it, and we are all going to win it together. And the best thing to do is stay engaged, know your product, and know, just enjoy it, basically. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining in here. And we have to continue as every day to remember the men and women behind On Passive brand, and continue to thank our CEO, our tech team, and all the people that involve. There's going to be so much changes going on in the next, I don't know, month, years. It's going to make a biggest impact in our lives. So,
well, the next 3 to 5 years, Julie, is going to be mind blowing. There's no doubt about that. Because again, it's not just about what's going to happen next month, or the month after that, or the month after that. Let's think bigger than that. Let's think 3 to 5 years from now. What will your life look like? Because you were on passive. You got into On Passive. What's your life going to look like 3 to 5 years from now? 10 years from now, what's going to look like? Where will you be? What will you be doing? How many lives would you have impacted by then? In a positive way, right? Because you can impact lives in a negative way also. We're talking about a positive way impacting people's lives. So when we start to look down the road and think about that, what will it look like? And to me, just thinking about it, Julie, one should have a sense of excitement, because of all the great possibilities that lies ahead. So we will see.
Yeah, it's all about changing a switch in your mind, right? If you haven't seen it, all you got to do is turn it around and take a look at what the journey in front of us. And if it's if we can't see that, but at least open it for the opportunity for the thoughts of the words or the words from the people around us, right? Open our mind to receive it instead of completely block from it. So we can talk about this all day, Michael, and we are excited for what's coming and looking forward to the next conversations. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. If you are an observant of the holy month of Ramadan, we pray for your safety, your health, and enjoy and the prosperous time that you are together celebrating Ramadan. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Julie.